Welcome to my presentation about the effect of coastal management structures on the sustainability of coastal ecosystems, with specific focus on the southern Gold Coast. My name is Damien McGrath and I hope you will enjoy the following presentation. Coastal management structures are built to create and control an environment agreeable with humans' needs and desires, and have been identified as an influential factor in contributing to the issues of erosion and unsustainability. In fact, researchers believe that most of the causes responsible for coastal erosion are due to human intervention. In the 1890s, the Tweed River training walls, known as groins, were first constructed. By the 1960s, the groins were extended a further 400 metres out to sea. In the years to follow, the effects of the Tweed River groins and man's interference with the natural coastal processes became evident. Coastal management structures, like groins, impose a physical barrier which hinder with natural sediment processes by blocking littoral drift around nearshore areas, consequently interrupting the natural balance of coastal ecosystems and causing erosion. This is precisely the effect caused by the Tweed River groins on the southern Gold Coast beaches. Initial research was performed using the search engine Google through entering keywords like man-made coastal structures, shoreline erosion, and southern Gold Coast. This search mostly revealed historic storm events which caused erosion. No real links to coastal management structures and unsustainable coastal ecosystems were discovered at this stage. Refining my keywords to coastal management structures, sand migration processes, and human intervention in natural coastal processes eventually revealed scientific impact studies from peer-reviewed journals on human interference with coastal environments and the sustainability of coastal ecosystems. The results of my research can be summarized in accordance with two questions. 1. How do coastal management structures lead to unsustainable coastal ecosystems? And 2. What specific effect do coastal management structures have on the sustainability of the southern Gold Coast ecosystem? Regarding the first question, I have found that the leading concerns resulting from the impact of a coastal management structure are loss of habitat, the alteration of processes in soft sediment shores, and the changing in processes for flora and fauna. Loss of habitat happens immediately when the construction of a coastal management structure covers existing habitat, which is also called placement loss. As a result of placement loss, flora and fauna are negatively affected. Shoreline vegetation is often lost from coastal habitats. On open coastlines, valuable dune stabilizing vegetation is lost due to the passive erosion caused by coastal management structures. Also, these structures restrict the tidal flow, which introduces a freshwater influence that leads to invasive weedy species overpowering the native coastal vegetation. Researchers describe how the impact of groins negatively affect the presence and community structure of species belonging to the class of Arthropoda. Additionally, the loss of upper shore habitat due to the construction of groins reduces the population of species like ghost crabs and other creatures that construct burrows. In regards to the second question, the initial extension of the Tweed River groins led to severe vulnerability to passive erosion of the southern Gold Coast beaches, resulting in placement loss and its consequences as explained in the previous slides. To counter the effects of the Tweed River groins, beach renourishment was introduced. The final outcome was the implementation of the Tweed River sand bypassing project, in which sand is artificially deposited along southern Gold Coast beaches in an attempt to mimic natural sediment flow processes. This project also had adverse effects which affect the sustainability of various coastal habitats due to initial overnourishment. An example is the offshore reef at Kira, which was smothered by excess sand deposited through this renourishment project, resulting in the loss of habitat for marine life such as corals and fish species. In my opinion, this topic is best suited for Year 4 students. It links to various areas in the science curriculum of this year. It links to how flora and fauna are affected by the placement loss resulting from the construction of coastal management structures. The topic also presents an example for the changing surface of the earth through human intervention in showing how the coastal appearance is changed by the introduction of man-made coastal management structures. It further demonstrates how science helps people to understand the effect of their actions in regards to the specific influence human intervention at the Gold Coast had and still has on the unsustainability of coastal ecosystems. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and am looking forward to your questions.